I'm trapped in a tiny dimension. The only way out is to break bedrock using technology and nuclear fusion. With extremely limited space, this will be no small feat. Welcome to Compact Claustrophobia. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Compact Claustrophobia. Last episode we built this amazing fission reactor, and with it we revolutionized what's possible for us to do in terms of automation. Today I have a very lofty goal I wish to achieve, and we'll see if we can make it. I'm tired of living in these tiny spaces. I want to upgrade to the maximum possible size compact machine, and I don't know if I can do it today. I don't know if it's even possible, but dang it, I'm gonna try. We currently have access to these ones, the large compact machines. And there's the giant one, which is an 11 by 11. And then the maximum one, which is 13 by 13. And that's the money. So we're just going to try to level up twice and see what we can do. To make ourselves a giant compact machine, we're going to have to use glitched large machines. And I can't believe I'm going to be saying these words, but you get the glitched large machine by utilizing a pressure poop injector.
Disgusting!
Yeah, I know. You literally take a compact machine and you inject it with sewage at high pressure, and that's how we're going to progress. That means we're going to actually have to make a sewage farm. Has modded Minecraft gone too far? Of course, you get sewage by throwing physical sewage into water, and you can farm the physical sewage with sewage using pulp bio blend. So we're going to have to farm this, and then we'll have to make a little rig that does this setup farming and then export some of this stuff to be turned into sewage for storage. That means I'm gonna have a dedicated storage area inside my digital storage for poop. How has my life come to this? Of course, to do any of this, we're gonna need space. So why don't we start off today by making a normal size compact machine for the first time ever using the miniaturization. In fact, let's make 2 of these just to make sure we have enough space for everything today. So I believe you make a cube of these with the gold in the center. Toss on an ender pearl, and there we go, bypassing tons of grind. Really quick, too. Wow, this animation is actually kind of slow. Totally worth, however, since this avoids us grinding out, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of modularium and waiting for the click machines and all that. This is just so much better. Look at that. Bypassing the first several episodes worth of progression just in the blink of an eye. And this will make 2 of them. I think we're only going to need 1 for the sewage rig, but I made 2 just in case. Here we are in our fresh new space. Let's make some farms. Here's the first part of the sewage factory complete. We're making carrots here, which are getting sent into a sawmill to get blended up. Over here we have birch wood getting pulverized in a pulverizer. And then in the middle here we have a sequential fabricator that's mixing it together into pulp bioblend for us, which is of course what you use to make the physical sewage. So that's 1 step down. Now we just have to make a couple of little stations to make the sewage and such, and we'll be good to go. To speed up making refined storage bits and bobs, I made this little compact machine. I don't think I showed this on camera last episode. It's not the best automated, but at least gets me some of the materials more quickly. The number 1 holdup to me making refined storage components is the processor binding, which in this version requires string and porcelain clay. Porcelain clay requires bone meal, so we need lots of dust to sieve. And it's not even that great of odds when you do it. For the string, of course, we're going to use hemp fiber. So this room has a hemp fiber farm and a little bit of a dust farm. It could be automatically produced and combined and all that. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. Uh-oh, power went out. Luckily, we have these batteries as a backup plan. I really don't know what went wrong, though. I don't know if something happened to the reactor. Oh, we're out of fuel. How did that happen? Yeah, it seems like the uranium supply is just not keeping up. We have tons of uranium-238, but for our fuel, we need 238 and 235. So I guess we're going to have to increase our uranium production. Not exactly how I wanted to be spending my day today, but gotta get it fixed. Now, I did notice that we have a large supply of plutonium-239. It's one of the outputs from our fission reactor. And if you use this decay hastener machine, it'll turn it back into uranium-235, basically recycling most of it. I think this is actually the solution. Instead of just pumping more uranium, let's actually start to recycle it a bit with this. All right, looks like the reactor's back online. I got it working again. Thank God I put those batteries aside. Let's fix this fuel issue now. All right, I've installed the decay hastener. It's automatically crafting and exporting and decaying the plutonium. So hopefully now we'll have enough uranium to be self-sustaining. If not, we're just going to run into this problem all over again in just a little bit. This is a lot of recycling, though. I think you get back like 8 out of 9 of the uranium that you use, so this should be enough given the production we have. I'm hopeful. All right, I think I got the sewage farm all set up now. So the pulp bio blend, or what's it called? Yeah, pulp bio blend comes out here, and then it's going to get dropped over here using constructor. Constructor is just the easiest way to make an auto dropper, in my opinion. You don't have to aim it. You don't have to use redstone. It just drops in a straight line. So what happens is pulp bio blend comes over here into the sewage, which then becomes this kind of sewage, which gets picked up by a destructor down here. Then that's going to be dropped by this constructor here into an infinite water source, where it gets infinitely looped into sewage. And once we have enough sewage, this detector will just kind of shut off the whole system, preventing us from just dropping items endlessly for no reason. And with this, we should just be getting lots and lots of sewage for free. The only hang up is this production, which is actually hanging up on this production. Basically, carrots are holding us back from greatness. So I could maybe add a whole wall of garden cloche, something like that over here. That would be the best way to speed this up. But other than that, I think this farm's really nice. And it should be producing it pretty fast. Looks like it's already going at quite a fast speed. So I'm not too worried, but I don't know how much of this stuff we're going to need in the future. So we'll see if we need to scale up or not. Already have 130 buckets of sewage. Oh my goodness, it's so free. All right, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Oh my goodness, the glitched large machines cost 32 buckets each. That's quite a lot of buckets. We need nearly 200 buckets to make one of the next tier machine. And then I think we're going to use even double that to get to the next tier machine. Looks like we're going to have to go make more carrots and then actually expand this storage, because 256 maximum buckets is a little bit paltry, to be honest. All right, I've added a few more garden cloches, which should help our production. It's now 8 times as much. Hopefully we're not waiting on this stuff too much. That is the big bottleneck still. I also went ahead and upgraded to a 1024K fluid storage, so we'll pack a lot more before we fill up. All right, looks like the sewage factory is working. So let's go ahead and build the poop injector. I believe down here I have everything that we need to get it built, including a space for it. So let's go set it up and see how it works. So I'd have it all built here. I think I got it right, because when I click on the controller, it says pressure poop injector. But I noticed that there's only a space for 1 bucket of fluid. So I think I need to actually upgrade this specific block to allow more fluid in. But other than that, I think it's good to go. Just got to plug it in with some power and some refined storage. Yeah, look here. The different input hatches, they have different capacities. So I can queue up more stuff if I just have a bigger and bigger one. I think we're going to need this huge sized to accommodate every recipe that we might want to do. Big upgrade. You love to see it. All right, got it all plugged in. Power is flowing. I have hooked up to the refined storage, so the sewage is flowing automatically in there. All it's left to do is put compact machines in and see if we can injectify them. So we're going to have to glitch out 6 of the large machines. So I'll go ahead and grind those out real fast. All right, moment of truth. We got some large compact machines. Let's see if they inject. Processing. Looks like it's working. So it uses all of the sewage right at the end. Interesting. Convenient. And it should be waiting for us here. Look at that. I could probably go for a speed upgrade or a stack upgrade here on this exporter to facilitate this process. But overall, it's working pretty good. And there we go. There's our 6th glitch large machine. So let's go craft these up into a, what's it called? Giant machine. And then we can expedite the process of making giant machines. I'll show you how. So I believe it's like this. Kind of like a weird Rubik's Cube. Throw the pearl, and we should get our nice upgrade. Aha! The giant 11 by 11 compact machine. Very nice. First thing I want to do is remake this miniaturization setup, but inside the giant machine. Oh, look at this. All right, if I'm not mistaken, we can now set up the miniaturization in a slightly larger configuration. Wait, what? Wait, how do you make the bigger field size if not like this? Am I getting scammed? I'm confused. I think we actually have to upgrade to the largest size compact machine before we can do this, which is really sad for me. I thought we were going to get a sick upgrade. Shortcut even, but no. We got to do more grinding. So by my calculations, I have to go do over 100 different miniaturization processes to get the largest size compact machine. And I can automate it a little bit. It gave me some options. But unless I duplicate the setup multiple times, there's not really a way to speed it up. And to make it worse, the automation for this is pretty complicated. It would be its own rabbit hole. So I have the choice between a huge rabbit hole just to get parallel processing, or just suck it up and grind it out. I think I'm just gonna grind it out though. So I'll see you in about a year. So it's been about 2 hours for me, for you about 5 seconds probably. But we have all of the giant compact machines we're going to need to make the maximum size compact machine. Next time I do this, we absolutely have to automate it. But hopefully we'll have some shortcuts unlocked too, so it'll be a twofer. So it doesn't take us 2 hours to make a maximum compact machine. It took 2 hours, and that's already having like tons of redstone and iron and obsidian just chilling around. If I didn't have all those resources, it would have taken even longer. But in any event, we'll come here and we will inject them. And once that's done, we'll be able to craft it up. Let's put some speed upgrades in here to speed up the refilling process. It's gating us a little bit. Still could be faster. All right, this stack upgrade should do us. So now once this gets used up, it should just refill in one operation as opposed to 64 operations. Let's see if we can catch it happening. Oh, there it was. Blink and you'll miss it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, stack upgrade's the way to go. Not sure why stack upgrade works on fluids in the first place, but I'm not going to complain. Here's our glitched machines. Let's go craft them up. I believe it's the same pattern as the smaller machine, just with the higher tier materials. Oh, baby, here it comes. There it is. The maximum compact machine. We have never had more space than we do right now. Let's try this out. Oh, baby! We could do so much in this bad boy. First thing I want to do is see if we can make the larger miniaturization field. If we can, then we'll have unlocked a lot of shortcuts to make more of the maximum size machines. If not, we're in a world of pain. Should be something like this. Oh, there it is. We finally have access to the 5x5 recipes that are going to save us so much time. To put into context exactly how much time this saves, before, if I wanted to make a max-sized compact machine, I would have to craft 8 walls, 151 pearls, 144 normal machines, 36 large machines, 6 giant machines, and the max-sized machine. And assuming there was 0 downtime between crafts, this would take a total of 1 hour, 42 minutes to complete. Now with access to the 5x5 crafting, I only have to make 45 walls, 8 pearls, 6 large machines, 1 giant machine, and the max machine, for a total crafting time of 8 minutes, 39 seconds. A reduction of over 1.5 hours per machine. I think it goes without saying how much of an improvement this is. Now that we have the ability to make these maximum size compact machines, it's time to set our sights on items that actually require that much space to operate. The most important one's going to be the high impact compactor, which has a lot of very helpful recipes, such as turning bedrock chunks into bedrock, which will come up later, turning diamond nuggets into regular diamonds, which is huge, and turning hop graphite into diamond automatically and without the use of TNT or any random chance. The only problem is this thing takes 56 superconducting electromagnets, which each take 1000 RF per tick. In essence, we need to have 56,000 RF per tick extra just to run it whatsoever. Our current reactor makes a total of 9600 RF per tick at most. It's not going to get any higher than that. And in fact, getting fission reactors to get higher than that is going to be difficult in general. The big problem is that the fuel requirements are going to expand exponentially, and it's going to be very hard to keep up, plus it's going to be very expensive. There is another way though, and that way is through making fusion. The fusion reactor can produce gigantic amounts of RF using materials that are much easier to source. It says 50,000 for a base size fusion reactor, and you can scale this up multiplicatively up to, I think, 100 million or something. You can just scale this up ridiculously high. I don't know exactly what the maximum is in this mod pack, given that we have space constraints, but that's kind of huge and way better. Plus, some of the outputs from the fusion reactor are actually required for progression. This neutron fluid stuff is the only way we can get access to glowstone, which is actually a big gate in our technology. So fusion sounds great. Why don't you start it right now? Well, there's a problem with that. The minimum size fusion reactor requires 96 fusion electromagnets to be run simultaneously, each of which takes 200 RF per tick. That means even the most basic fusion reactor requires upwards of 20,000 RF per tick to be put into it to operate. In other words, to make power, we need to use power. So where does that leave us? How do we surmount this problem? Well, we can expand our fission reactor to be larger and not require more fuel by just expanding it and adding more coolers and stuff. And through the use of science and engineering, I can juice it up to, say, about 30,000 per tick, which would be good. And we could even add a second fusion reactor using complicated techniques that I can talk about later. Now, that amount of power would be just enough to run the impact compactor, but at the same time, that would mean that we'd have to turn off every other machine that we have simultaneously just to run this one, and that would be quite inconvenient. So the plan is we're going to upgrade the fission, use it to make the fusion, and then use that to try to run the compactor. Of course, it's not quite that simple, but these are all goals we can work towards. I've already designed a brand new 9x9 fission reactor to replace the current one that'll boost us significantly without requiring any more fuel. First thing I have to do is grind out about 480 reactor casings and a bunch of other materials just so I can build the thing. But it will be well worth it in the end, even though this is the second very long grind of the episode. But it's going to be totally worth it in the name of progress. Well, I got the casing finished, so that's a start. Now just do the guts, which is arguably the worst part of all this. But hey, at least it's a start. It looks pretty cool if you ask me. Part of the design I've come up with uses these liquid helium coolers. So to complete this design, we're going to have to get a supply of liquid helium. Liquid helium we get by supercooling regular helium gas, and the helium gas is going to require us to make helium collectors. So I made our first helium collector. We're going to need to get, I believe, 16 buckets of helium to complete this fission reactor. So we'll just see how quick it is to collect the gas, and we'll see if we need to upgrade. Just during that clip, it looks like it's made 2 whole buckets worth, and we only need 16, so I think that this basic level collector is going to be great for now. I don't know if we're going to need more for future applications, but I think this is very sufficient. The next new thing we're going to have to do to process the helium is make some hard carbon alloy for the supercooler, which is an alloy using diamonds and graphite. So this is a bit pricey, so I don't want to make too much of this stuff. All right, if we plug in this supercooler, add some upgrades, we should be able to just put the liquid in somehow and it'll come through. Do I just go like this? Yeah, look at that. So it should cool it? Oh, it does 8 buckets into 25 millibuck. Oh, this is a problem.
It was at this moment that she knew. She f***ed up.
I've decided to upgrade to the next tier of helium collector just so this doesn't take quite as many years to complete. It's 8 times as good, and yeah, that's really needed. I also realized it doesn't really matter where it is. I can just put it here. I don't know why I didn't just do it like this the first time. Just have it pumped directly into this machine. Really don't know what I was thinking on that one. And at this stage, we still don't even have 1 bucket of liquid helium. Jeez, this really sucks. Seeing as I literally collected the rest of the stuff we need by the time the helium was ready, we're gonna upgrade to the bad boy dense helium collector, and hopefully this doesn't keep me waiting till tomorrow to finish this project. Oh, this is so much better. Finally, at long last, we have all of our coolers, so we can go and assemble the reactor and see how it works. And here we go. 1 completed fission reactor ready to give us lots and lots of power. So just to test that it works, we're going to take a bit of fuel, pop it in, and see how it does. Generating 21,000 per tick. I know I said 30,000, but that's using a slightly different fuel that we'll work on next episode. For now, I just wanted to show that it does work. It's all put together well. And yeah, it's looking good. Can't wait to actually integrate this into our main system. But alas, this episode's gone very long. I've had to do a lot of grinds already. I just wanted to get the episode out to you guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, consider dropping a like. I always appreciate that. Or leave a comment. It really makes my day when I see them. Next episode, we are absolutely going to be integrating our reactor into our system. Don't miss the next episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Ta-ta for now.